Most people assume buying an affordable cabin cruiser means settling for cheap construction, cramped cabins, or constant repairs. The truth is, some of the best value cabin cruisers on the used market cost less than a pickup truck. Today, we're counting down 7 cabin cruiser boats under $100,000 that experienced owners still recommend years later. And our number one pick comes from a brand so trusted that many buyers won't even consider anything else. Let's get started. Number 7. Rinker 270 Fiesta Vee. Every boater remembers the first boat that made them fall in love with entertaining on the water. And for a lot of people, that boat was a Rinker. The 270 Fiesta Vee is the boat that gets people hooked. Rinker built this model around one priority above everything else: cockpit space that actually accommodates a crowd. The wraparound seating swallows a real group, which matters when your grandkids want to bring friends along or when you're hosting another couple for an afternoon. Imagine casting off on a Friday afternoon with the whole family aboard, music playing, coolers packed, heading to the sandbar that's become your unofficial summer tradition. That's the Rinker experience, and it's exactly why so many owners describe this boat as the one that turned them into lifelong boaters. Below deck, the cabin includes a V-berth, a compact galley, and an enclosed head, giving you the basics for an overnight without pretending to be more than it is. Power typically comes from a single stern drive engine that balances performance with manageable fuel costs. Here's a fact that surprises people. Rinker built a genuinely loyal following among boaters who prioritize entertaining space, and that reputation has kept used values holding steadier than a lot of competitors in this price range. The honest drawback is cabin size. This is an entertainer first and a cruiser second, and extended stays aboard will feel tight before long. But if the Rinker gets you into the lifestyle, the next boat is the one that convinces people to stay in it for good. Number 6. Bayliner 285 Ciera. There's a reason you keep seeing these at marinas all over the country. Bayliner built more of this hull than almost any comparable cruiser in its era, and that production volume became a genuine advantage for owners. The 285 Ciera is the boat that gets people into cruising, not just boating for an afternoon, but actually spending nights aboard. There's a real V-berth forward, a dinette that converts to additional sleeping space, and a galley with enough counter space to prepare a real meal. Picture a weekend where you and your spouse cruise out to a quiet cove on Friday evening, anchor for the night, and wake up to coffee on the swim platform before heading back Sunday afternoon. Mechanics love these boats because parts availability and system familiarity are excellent almost anywhere you go. That matters more than people realize until they actually need something fixed on a Saturday. The honest drawback is styling. The 285 Ciera looks distinctly like a boat from its era, and buyers wanting more contemporary lines will notice immediately. If you're enjoying this countdown so far, take a second to like the video, subscribe to Boat Hunter, and turn on notifications. We post a new video every single day covering real boats, honest buying advice, and everything you need to know before spending your hard-earned retirement dollars on the water. Number 5. Four Winds Vista 328. Here's something that surprises people who don't know this boat well. The Four Winds Vista 328 regularly gets mistaken for a considerably more expensive vessel simply because the styling has aged so gracefully. This is the boat that looks like it costs more than it does. Four Winds avoided the dated design cues that make some boats from the same era look distinctly old-fashioned today. Step aboard, and the interior carries that same sensibility, with a genuinely comfortable salon, a well-equipped galley, and sleeping arrangements that work for a couple or a small family without feeling like a compromise. Imagine pulling into a marina and having other boaters ask what year your boat is, genuinely surprised when you tell them because nothing about the lines or the finish broadcasts its actual age. Twin engine configurations are typical, giving you the redundancy and docking confidence that comes with 2 engines instead of 1. A real advantage for owners who value peace of mind over squeezing out maximum fuel efficiency. Four Winds owners tend to be genuinely enthusiastic advocates for the brand, gathering at rendezvous events and sharing maintenance knowledge in ways that create real value for new owners entering the community. The honest drawback is cockpit layout on some model years, which feels less optimized for large group entertaining compared to a boat like the Rinker, which was built specifically around that priority. Number 4. Regal 2860 Commodore. Most buyers shopping under $100,000 assume they're choosing between size and quality. The Regal 2860 Commodore challenges that assumption directly, and it's earned a reputation as the boat that quietly outclasses its price bracket. Real wood cabinetry, quality upholstery, and a cabin layout that feels considerably more like a small yacht than a budget cruiser. The salon includes genuine seating and a dinette that converts for sleeping, and the aft cabin, where equipped, provides a level of privacy that surprises first-time visitors. Imagine anchoring somewhere quiet for the evening, cooking dinner in a galley that actually has the counter space to make it enjoyable rather than a chore, then settling into a cabin that feels like an actual bedroom rather than a storage compartment with a mattress squeezed in. Regal has consistently ranked among the more respected mid-range builders in the industry, and that reputation shows up in details like hardware quality and gel coat finish that hold up noticeably better over time than many competitors. Twin stern drive configurations are common, giving you maneuverability that makes docking considerably less stressful, particularly for couples still building confidence at the helm. The honest drawback is fuel consumption. Twin engines mean genuine performance, but they also mean higher costs at the fuel dock compared to single-engine alternatives on this list. If you're still with us, this is a great moment to hit like, subscribe to Boat Hunter, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss what's coming, because the final 3 boats are the ones our audience mentions in the comments more than any others. Number 3. Cruisers Yachts 3375 Esprit. Here's a number that puts this boat in perspective. A comparable new cruiser with this level of fit and finish would easily cost over $400,000 today. The Cruisers Yachts 3375 is the luxury bargain on this list, and it's not close. Cruisers Yachts built a reputation for punching above its price category throughout the company's history, and the 3375 might be the clearest example of that philosophy on the used market. The interior finish rivals boats costing considerably more, with genuine wood joinery, a salon that feels finished rather than functional, and an aft cabin arrangement that provides real privacy for extended stays aboard. Imagine a full week aboard, mornings spent with coffee on the deck, watching the sunrise over open water, afternoons cruising to a new anchorage, evenings cooking dinner in a galley that has genuinely enough space to work in comfortably, then retreating to a stateroom that feels like an actual bedroom. Twin engines provide the performance this size of vessel demands, and while fuel costs reflect that power, owners consistently say the overall experience justifies it completely. The honest drawback is the same one that applies to the largest boats on this list. Twin engine maintenance and fuel costs require a realistic budget, and buyers moving up from smaller single-engine cruisers should factor that adjustment into their planning. Number 2. Carver 356 Aft Cabin. This is the floating condo. At 35.5 feet, the Carver 356 Aft Cabin moves into genuinely serious cruiser territory, and owners consistently describe it as feeling considerably larger than its length suggests. For many owners, this isn't just a weekend boat. It's their summer home. Some owners spend entire summers living aboard this boat. That's not an exaggeration. The aft cabin layout provides real separation between the owner's stateroom and the guest accommodations, which matters enormously for couples who want genuine privacy or who plan to host family for extended stretches. The salon is spacious enough for actual living, not just passing through, and the galley is equipped for real cooking across multiple days. Imagine tying up in a small harbor after a 6-hour cruise, stepping into a cool, air-conditioned cabin, and cooking dinner while watching the sunset through the side windows. No different than sitting in your own living room, except the view changes every single week. For the cost of a small lakeside cabin, you get a home that can travel with you, docking somewhere new whenever you want a change of scenery. Twin engines provide the power this size of boat requires, and while that means higher fuel costs than the smaller boats on this list, it also means genuine cruising capability rather than just coastal hopping. The honest drawback is age-related systems. Many examples on the market are getting into their 20s or 30s, and buyers should budget for updating electronics and possibly canvas, which can be a genuinely expensive line item to replace. Choosing between the final two wasn't easy. Both have loyal owner communities, both offer tremendous value, and both could easily be someone's number one. But one boat has consistently earned a reputation that almost no competitor can match. Number 1. Ciera 290 Sundancer. Everyone recognizes this boat. Walk through almost any marina in America, and chances are you'll find at least one Sundancer tied to the dock. That's how successful this series became, and there's a reason owners keep coming back to it generation after generation. Ciera built a reputation on fit and finish that exceeded what buyers expected at this price point, and the 290 Sundancer reflects that commitment throughout. The cabin feels finished rather than merely functional, with real headroom, a proper enclosed head with a separate shower, and a galley that handles actual cooking rather than just reheating. Imagine spending an entire weekend aboard without ever feeling cramped, because the interior was genuinely designed with extended stays in mind, rather than just afternoon outings. The cockpit includes a wet bar in many configurations, which sounds like a small detail until you're entertaining guests and realize how much smoother the whole afternoon goes without constantly heading below for drinks. Here's why this boat earns the number one position specifically. Ciera's widespread popularity also means surveyors, mechanics, and insurers are very familiar with these boats, which can make ownership a little more straightforward. Thousands of these boats were built, which means an enormous active owner community and excellent parts availability wherever you happen to be cruising. And when it's finally time to sell, Ciera's brand recognition consistently attracts buyer interest, translating into a smoother resale process than almost anything else in this price category. It's the kind of boat you can buy today, spend the entire summer making memories with your family, and still feel confident you'll have interested buyers if you ever decide to move up. That combination of enjoyment, reliability, and resale is incredibly hard to beat under $100,000. Performance from the typical stern-drive power plants strikes a comfortable balance, giving you enough speed to genuinely enjoy the boat without the fuel consumption of larger, more powerful configurations. The honest drawback is engine access. Working on the engine in tight quarters requires patience, and owners who plan to handle their own maintenance should factor that into their expectations. Remember how we started by saying you don't have to spend a fortune to own a great cabin cruiser. Every boat on today's list proves exactly that. The best cabin cruiser isn't necessarily the biggest one or the most expensive one. It's the one that gets you out on the water more often. Because 20 years from now, you won't remember what you paid for your boat. You'll remember the quiet anchorages, the sunsets, the mornings with a cup of coffee on deck, the weekends your family still talks about. And that's what makes a great cabin cruiser worth buying. Which of these cabin cruisers would you buy? Which one do you think deserves the number one spot? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to Boat Hunter, and turn on notifications so you never miss another honest boat review or buying guide. We post a new video every single day. Thanks for watching Boat Hunter. Until next time, safe cruising, and we'll see you on the water.